Hello, my name is Elijah Calendar. I'm making a video about the new 2021 Subaru Crosstrek. I just bought this car, brand spanking new. I have 11,292 miles on it. Today is Sunday, January 23rd at 7:36 in 2022. I was just in an incident on the highway. This gentleman got in front of my car and tried to brake check me several times, was driving erratically, driving crazy, tried to pin me between himself and an 18-wheeler on a 2-lane highway over in Brookfield, Connecticut. Well, I was on my way to Brookfield, Connecticut. So what I want to talk about right now is this. So I'm not sure if you can see, but you can see the lens for it right there when I do it. This is the Subaru eyesight system in this car. And what happened is the system performed very, very well, like very, very well. So someone was trying to brake check me, and I was able to like not get into a collision with him or get myself ran over by an 18-wheeler because of the system and because of my skills as a driver. Now, the system initially started braking because he would try to brake check in front of me. I took over manual control because, you know, my response times are a lot faster than the machines. So when I did take over manual control, I started flashing my high beams, and this is how bright my high beams are. They're super bright LED headlights. I happen to know that this system is recording at all times. Subaru, this is the issue right now. You guys don't make the footage readily available to drivers. And from what I'm seeing online is in the events of accidents and stuff like that, people have to get court orders or subpoenas to access the footage from this system. Now, luckily, I was not involved in a collision, but I was still involved in an incident in road rage. This just individual, and I can tell it was a dude because I saw his face, black male. He had a hat on, so I couldn't tell if he had long hair or not, but he did have a gray jacket on, I believe. I couldn't see too well because it was dark. Obviously, my car is dark, his car is dark, but he was driving a black car. I wasn't paying attention to the plate numbers, nor was I trying to. I was looking at tail lights and trying not to get involved in an accident in front of me or behind me. And I was not trying to risk my life or the lives of other motorists on the road. What I need from Subaru is this. Y'all need to make that footage readily accessible to anybody. So if I want to go and share that footage with my insurance company so that this guy's insurance rate can go up, or if I want to share it with the police detectives out here in Connecticut, I should be able to do that shit. I should be able to pull up, have them plug into my car, and access the footage from my point of origin to my destination. Like, it should be recording at all times. The moment I turn this car on, even when I turn it on remotely from my phone, it should turn on and I should have access to the footage. And I know the system is operating almost all the time, even when the car is off, because I did a parasitic draw test on my battery. And when I tested it, I could see that some of the security systems were on in the car, and one of the systems that was tied to the security system is the Subaru eyesight. So I know the system is active all the time. People need to have access to that, especially without court orders. I'm gonna post this video on YouTube, and I really, really hope you guys make a critical change to that system so that the drivers of your vehicles have access to that, and you turn off this auto start stop, because it's dangerous. Because I got stopped at a railroad crossing the other day, and somebody was pulling up behind me, and my car was off. I had my foot on the brake. And then when I noticed that the person was going to pull up behind me and hit me, I had to take my foot off the brake and slam on the gas because I wanted to get out of the way and pull over to the side of the road. But because the car was off, there was a second or 2 second or possibly even 3 second long delay before my vehicle turned back on, and I was able to get out of the way. But son stopped in the middle of where my vehicle would have been. So luckily I have my wits about me, because when I'm sitting at a light, I'm not a dummy in the chair. I don't be like, paying attention to what's going on in front of me. I ride motorcycles all the time, so I pay attention. Near, far, what's going on in my 6, and I'm checking behind me all the time. I'm not a dummy in the chair when I'm driving. So again, because I have my wits about me I didn't allow this technology to limit me. So the auto start stop, y'all got to push out an over-the-air update to fix that, because it's going to cost somebody their life if it hasn't already cost somebody their life, the auto start stop. And you need to make sure that people can access the footage from the Subaru eyesight. And it got like a little symbol there for don't fucking touch. But again, you need to make sure people can access that footage, and you can turn that stuff off. Other than that, these Crosstreks are great cars. The Foresters are great cars. I have 2 of them. That's my 2013 Subaru Crosstrek, and I got a Forester sitting on the other side of that as well. So I've been rocking with Subaru for a little while now. All right. I'm hoping that people understand why I'm making this video and why I'm making this criticism of the Subaru Crosstrek. I love this car. It's a great car, and you can tell I spent money. I ain't just get the bottom of the barrel one. I got the top of the line with the Crosstrek orange trim, you know, the all leather seats. I didn't just, let me get a Crosstrek because I've had one before. No, I got one because I love this brand, and I love how these cars drive. I love how they respond, and I don't let nobody else touch my cars but your dealerships. So again, this is somebody that, like, I put my life on the line with this car, and I put my family's life on the line with this car. My wife regularly drives this car, and my wife regularly drives that car. And then guess what? My other wife regularly drives the Forester. So again, I don't just buy these cars just because. I buy these cars because of their longevity, even though they do have their issues with consuming oil, but that's a story for another day. You need to make sure you have, people have access to the Subaru eyesight footage, because I'm going to be going to the police in Danbury, and I'm going to give them my car. And if it has to take a couple weeks, I'll leave my car with them. They can dig through the footage for this, and then they'll issue you guys a subpoena for the footage if they can't access it from my vehicle itself. I'm not playing. Make that footage available. If you have to push out an over-the-air update, or even send it to an update to the apps, because the Subaru Starlink app is the first thing that opens on my phone. And this is the Starlink app, and then My Subaru app. The My Subaru app gives me access to make appointments, roadside assistance, and concierge service. Let's go back home. And the Subaru Starlink app gives me access to Bluetooth and all that stuff, but it should also give you access to footage. Again, I know son's license plate is on that footage, and I want his insurance rates to go up, or also, if need be, son, take son to jail, because like he almost killed me, and he endangered several other people on the road. He caused a semi-truck to swerve off the road and onto the emergency lane just to get away from him, because he's being such a fucking little dickhead and being a little bitch driving like that. And that shit all the way pissed me off. And if I can get this footage, I'm gonna make an update video of what happened from start to finish.